Today we're going to find out if the 8-bit video game system from Gamerz Tek is any good. Big shout out to my wife's cousin, John and Kristen, for making me this cup. I love it, thank you guys. And now we're going to talk about the 8-bit video game system, which is from Gamerz Tek, and it is a clone console of the original NES. I have not opened this yet. Today we're going to be unboxing this bad boy and comparing it to the
Are you
NES.
sure about that?
Alright, so here it is, the 8-bit video game system. This model costs $24.99 on Amazon, actually, not eBay.
Are you sure about that?
So we are going to, as you can tell, it's still got the tape. The back of this has some really good instructions about taking care of your cartridges and about how games save to them. And it also has instructions on how to hook it up to a modern flat screen, what you can do to help lower the latency on a modern flat screen. It says what you get is a control deck, 2 controllers, AC adapter, and an AV cable. And let's see what we got here. Oh my goodness. I have heard this thing is tiny, but man, that takes the cake. And it is so lightweight. I swear a game cartridge weighs more than this thing. We'll get back to this in a second. But let's look at the AC adapter. We've also got AV cords, which are made for this, just yellow and mono, because the NES had mono sound. And we also get 2 controllers. Now I hear these controllers feel good in your hands, so let's go ahead and open them first, because, you know, the console can be cheap at feeling as possible as long as it plays the game. I think that's the important part. But these controllers are what you're actually going to have to interact with. And so we'll go ahead and get them out of the packaging here. Alright. Cord length is good. Cords feel good. They don't feel too bad. Yeah, you know what? This is very playable. Now, this is the first time I've ever held this in my hand, so I can't really speak for its longevity. I will be using it some before the next part of the video where I compare the NES to the 8-bit system. The buttons feel good. Button placement is just like where you would want it. D-pad feels great. I mean, this actually feels like a quality built controller. But yeah, no, this is much more comfortable for my adult hands than the regular NES squared controller. So I gotta say, this is actually kind of a plus, in my opinion. So now let's go ahead and we'll get this out of the way. Let's go ahead and look at the actual console. I cannot believe how light this is. I swear a Nintendo game weighs more than this. So we'll bring in the actual NES now. So here is the original NES from 1985. Here is the 8-bit system. Just to give you an idea. It's just big enough to hold a cartridge. It's slightly smaller than width-wise than the cartridge door. So let's go ahead and do a weight comparison here to an NES cartridge. So this is Mario Brothers Duck Hunt, most common game on the system. I've got 2 copies by mistake. Anyways, yeah, they weigh about the same actually. That is incredible. Matter of fact, Grim is here. Grim, hold these in your hands. Tell me, these things weigh about the same, right? That's the game system in the game. Yeah, so
exactly the same.
They're like exactly the same. So that's actually kind of neat. And when you put this in here, yeah, look at that. It kind of like shadows over the system. That's actually kind of cool looking. As far as the cartridge bite, a lot of people ask me about when you're inputting these old cartridge games. Wow, this thing really grips onto this game. There we go. I don't know if it's because it's brand new. So we're going to look at the pins here inside after I pulled that game out. And nothing bent. Nothing tore up. I know that's just one insertion though. Over time that might change. But yeah, it's model Z1, ZED1. There's also some notes here at the bottom. Let's see what they say. Gamerz Tek, thank you for your purchase. Before returning your clone console to your local or online retailer, please contact us at, and they give the number and email address. Due to age, almost every cartridge game is old and dusty. To fix extremely common problems, you must clean the metal contacts. Do not blow into your games. S-video cable included with the 16-bit system is optional if your TV does not have an S-video, so let's talk about something else. If your TV does not have a yellow input, Make sure your game cartridge is firmly inserted. If you're getting no signal, check to see the console, Super Nintendo, and Nintendo games that do not save directly onto the game cartridge, not on the console. Have any, okay, yeah, basically just generalized stuff. It doesn't seem to be in broken English or anything, so that's good. Somebody actually translated it properly. But yeah, as far as a little console, this feels great. It does have the color scheme of the original Nintendo, and so that is the light gray and the dark gray. Power button, that feels pretty good. It's a switch in there. Reset button kind of clicks too, that's different. The controller ports, though, you can use your original NES controllers if you don't like their rounded ones. But yeah, so as far as the quality build, it's light, but it does feel like quality plastic, so that's a good thing to say. Cartridge bite, once again, though. Now, my goal for this thing is I basically wanted this over the NES because the NES is 32 years old. And so I wanted this to basically plug the multi-card in and just leave it in there. So I don't really care about the bite, but if you're looking to get one of these, I don't know, that really is in there. But hey, I guess it's good that it's in there properly and not like really loose or anything. It's not going to come out. I mean, I can pick it up by the cartridge, so. Okay, so please excuse the guerrilla style videography here where I'm talking to the camera and I've got the game up here. My capture card hasn't come in yet, so I'm having to do this in front of the screen. So right now I've got my original NES hooked up using original hardware, and I've got 3 games that I'm going to use as a comparison. I picked these games because I don't have a lot of NES games, and so the ones I do have I know pretty well. So we're going to of course use the original Mario Brothers. That's the one I played the most of when I was a kid on the Nintendo. We're also going to play Spy Hunter, mainly for this one for the music, because I know that tune like the back of my hand normally, and I'll be able to pick up the differences. And we're going to play golf. And the reason I chose this one is because of the color palette. There's going to be a lot of green, and it's also a good golf game. But there's going to be a lot of green and a lot of blues on here, and so we'll be able to compare the differences in the color.
At this point, I have to say, I feel very silly and I apologize. When I recorded this, as you know, my capture card was not in, and so I did not know that the video would be so unviewable from a YouTube viewer's perspective. So in that case, I'm just gonna tell you, I did play all 3 games. Audio was right on where it should be. The color was better on the Gamerz Tek. The only problem I saw was that there was an audible hum or distortion sound when there was no action on the screen, so this only affected me on basically main menus. During the gameplay though, everything was right as it should be.
Sorry about the meme. Nah, I know you all enjoyed it. Now my copy of Golf on the NES did bend the pins on the 8-bit game system faster than JonTron tanked his own career. But I was able to bend them back with a writing pen, and they look good as new in a few seconds. The pins bending is one thing to keep in mind. Now I'm not sure if it was my copy of Golf, as the PCB could be thicker on it, but I'm not sure. In conclusion, I say if you're looking for something to play a handful of those old games that you still own, then this is the system for you. It's a great value for the price. But on the other side, if you're looking for something that'll get a lot of use and you're a general collector, you'll want to keep looking elsewhere, as this will not stand up to a lot of wear and tear. But for me, it doesn't matter either way, because I plan on leaving one cartridge in this system and enjoying it to its fullest ability. What cartridge, you ask? Join me next time to see.